Good afternoon. This is Bill Goldberg, and I'm here with Frank Duran, and this is another monthly installment of the Home Mortgage Alliance Charity Showcase. And Frank, I know we're here today to talk about God's Deep Love Ministries. And I know this is a charity that's very near to you and dear to you. And what I'd like to do is have you tell us a little bit more about the charity and about how you got involved in it.
Well, Bill, that's a great question, and this is about reaching out, and it's really dear to my heart. Jesus says, what you've done to the least of these, you've done unto me. And I feel in my life the love of Christ is the greatest thing, the love of what Jesus did for us, and He paid the ultimate sacrifice. So when we're able to reach out to people, Bill, it's such a blessing. And I remember Thanksgiving morning. I'll give you a quick example. I did not feel like leaving the house. I wanted to stay home and kind of just kick back, and I didn't really feel like leaving the house, but shame on me, right? But we pushed ourselves. We went out there anyway, and I'm so glad we did. The people you meet are amazing, and the stories that the things they're going through, it's very touching. And so when you can touch a life like that and reach out to people or families in need, there's no greater experience, I think, you can have in life.
And I know that God's Deep Love Ministries, the core is feeding the homeless and families in need.
That's correct.
And obviously with Thanksgiving and Christmas right around the corner, as you mentioned, I know this becomes a very pertinent time and to express the true meaning of both of those those holidays. So
that's right.
How many people are normally fed on those holidays?
It really depends. I know for Christmas, I think we served, it had to have been over 50 people. We served quite a few people. There were some families that did not have Christmas trees that were donated, so we were able to hand out some Christmas trees, talk about some happy people and big smiles on their faces. So I would say, for the most part, we helped maybe around 50 or more people, depending, I guess, on the day, and who's out there.
Well, I think it's a great reminder to everybody that with Thanksgiving, especially as you mentioned, folks are they get caught up, I think, a lot of times in their own families, but there are a lot of people out there in need. And so if people do want to get involved and do want to assist, how can they do that? What's the best way?
Well, they can contact me directly. I'd be very happy to help me. And I'll tell you, on Thanksgiving morning, we only had 3 volunteers. We definitely need some volunteers if at all possible. And you can reach me anytime at 303-920-1622.
I think you mentioned there was one story in particular on Thanksgiving that was very touching. Would you be willing to share that?
It was a beautiful family, and they were not going to have Thanksgiving dinner. They were not expecting us to be out there, and we were able to reach out to them. And it was a husband and his wife, and I believe he had 4 children. And what really touched me, among just the fact of being able to sit with them and fellowship with them, is how his children were. They were so thankful, so grateful. And my son was with us that day. I remember he was giving them Kool-Aid and things, and they were just so thankful. I just remember the looks on their faces, how grateful they were, and just giving them all hugs and just letting them know that, you know what, Jesus loves you, and we're going to share that love with our experience.
Yeah, it's such great work that you're all doing, and I want to thank you on behalf
of
everyone out there, and also on behalf of Home Mortgage Alliance. And so thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you next time on the Home Mortgage Alliance Charity Showcase.